But, of course, these games are very old, so the minimap is not going to match what's on the screen. At least I believe so. I don't think the minimap... Yeah, it actually does match. I guess the replays do hold up, but... Take a look. Phantom Assassin, Lion tied with Necro and Coddle against Shadow Fiend in the mid lane, Bristle in the off lane with Dark Willow, back when Dark Willow was actually picked in strong. And Faceless Void safe lane, nothing's changed there with the techies. So obviously this game's gonna be very fun for the side of the Radiant against this techies. But we'll see who wins and then post this one on YouTube. Maybe do 2 or 3 more. And then have dinner. And then cover some H-Cup, which should be fun. 30 damage for this techies. Just oh so much. Let me tell you. Believe he is the lowest base damage in the game. With the BM already starting off. I want to see what this techie's game plan is. Going first level into Blast Off. Eating the mango right away was the Bristle. I don't understand that. He was basically at full mana anyway. But they've got the ward. They know where the techies is going to be, at least for the most part. And we'll see. As maybe we get a Blast Off here. Looking for a silence, but... early, you don't want to use it. It does really make you susceptible to just dying. As you do take a big chunk in that damage, and this is back when there was mana leak here on the Keeper of the Light. So right away, iBuy wards is really low. Only has 2 more tangos in terms of regen, so this lane is not going to be too easy for the Bristle at the moment with 3 heroes here. Having your mana drained away, making sure those quills don't get sprayed out. And then having, of course, the techies that is sitting quite low. But if the Phantom Assassin doesn't get too careful here, it might end up dying. Got to be really careful as there's the mana leak looking for the deny. Will get it, lands on 2 of these heroes. Not going to lead to a Bristleback kill of any sort. But he does deny the first blood to the side of the Radiant, which is not awful. Void doing a good job farming here, eating 3 to the 2-0 of the Tidehunter with Dark Willow. Of course, having the Shadow Realm and the Cursed Crown to start. Looking for that stun as well as the damage. We'll see if the Bramble Maze is going to be there in just a moment. But the Shadow Realm is going to be charged up. Looking for the Tidehunter, not going to throw it. Let's take a look over mid. We haven't looked here just yet. It's the Shadow Fiend against Necro mid. Not something we see too often anymore, but Necro mid shouldn't do too poorly. Going 1-0-3 at the moment. And oop, Raze is coming out. No Ghost Shroud. Just have to play it pretty safe here for the Necro right now as there are 8 souls for the Shadow Fiend. Lands a Raze, looking for more, has the medium and long range. Taking a lot of damage is this Necro. Now goes into the Roche Pit. Raze is going to miss on the Necro. And unable to find that kill over mid. Meanwhile, the Phantom Assassin sitting, again, relatively low. Techie's losing that mana. Just about no longer has that blast off. Definitely going to want a Soul Ring here. Looking for that mine. And now Phantom Assassin looking to go. Again, not the wisest move jumping into a Bristleback. That is one you definitely aren't going to be happy about. Especially when he's got leftover mana. They're keeping the lane pushed out, keeping these mines up, something that maybe the Radiant won't expect. Again, you're trying to hold on to enough mana for Blast Off, making it level 2, a 5-second silence, 400 damage that you're able to output, and that would take out 2 of these heroes before resistances. So stun comes out with the mana leak. Chasing is the Phantom Assassin. They have the Sentry Ward here. Trying to make sure they don't go in too far and find themselves caught out. But mana leak is unavailable. Not enough mana for that just yet. As Techies backs off and does finally get this Soul Ring and will start placing mines closer and closer to the Radiant end of this lane. But Necro Satan level 5, the Shadow Fiend 5, is behind about a whole level, which could turn to be problematic. Coddle taking a lot of damage. The Blast Off comes in. Not only does he deny himself, but he gets the kill onto the Coddle. So first blood here for the Techies and a 2,000 net worth lead already for the Radiant side. This is an active Techies, a way that I don't mind seeing Techies played, to be honest. Not spending the whole game just mining the map. You're literally sitting here looking to use Blast Off aggressively. And again, Phantom Assassin has to be careful. Oop. Just taking a lot of damage there. Only level 3 for right now, about to hit level 4. Wing Dagger comes out now, moving in, 2-man stun with the Bristle getting hit, and now the mana will be taken away from this Bristleback. You won't be able to throw Quill Sprays out anymore. But again, you have to be careful, and look at this Coddle just eating mine shots.
Radiant's middle tower is under
2 levels behind right now is this Necro, although he is about to hit 6. Stun. More mana being taken away from the Bristle. Not the worst thing in the world. Coming around once again will be the Techies, and the silence and the kill. Doesn't deny himself. Might end up falling here to the Coddle and will. Bristle continuing to chase. Gets the kill with those quills. Wants to dive this tower looking for the Phantom Assassin. Finally back up, and back to lane will be the Lion. With these quills coming out, now the stun. Hexed up. With Coddle coming in. It's time for Bristle to go. Although Techie's coming over as well. Dark Willow about to die, but the bash! Ooh! The bash! Save me from this bad, bad man. And that's exactly what he'll do. Stun comes through, looking for the Illuminate, has the mana leak, takes the damage. Now, again, a mine hitting onto this Coddle. They'll bring Bristle back. Dark will go all the way back to base. Cool Spray's coming out. Mana leak is there. They'll also use the mana drain. This is a dirty combination. He is out of mana now, but he does have himself the stick. So one more Quill Spray would get the kill on a Rorschach. The chase is on, and getting close. Mana leaked once again. The mine's hit. And now let's see as Bristle needs to turn around, but this could be a big kill here for the Techies. And there it is. Easily done to get that kill on the Phantom Assassin. Just absolutely shutting down the Radiant side. Nothing that they could really do. Techie's destroying here, making this lane a living hell. He's 3-3-1, but 3 of those have, or 2 of those have been denies. Bristle's sitting here with the wand looking to go into the Vanguard, but now has this Ring of Health, so the HP regen will keep him pretty healthy here. He'll keep the wand just in case, and these mines just continuing to get placed in the side chop. It will make this lane feel like it's getting choked out on the Radiant side, and that's a real issue. Ooh, Phantom Assassin takes a lot of damage. Again, has to be careful. Level 6 for the Bristleback. 5 for the Techies ahead of this Phantom Assassin. This is rough indeed. And there's the blast off. Techies gets the kill. And now he's on the run. Stuns himself with the mana leak. Couple more right clicks will get it. They've got Necro coming over. They won't end up getting the kill. And now the mana drain comes out. You're going to want to spray out these quills as quickly as you can. But here comes the Necro. They'll get the kill on the Coddle anyway. But Reaper's Scythe it is to slow down the Bristle. However, he's already hit 7. And Techie's getting close and comfortable to hitting this 6.
Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
So Shadow Fiend takes the mid lane while Necro's out of there. The double damage will be denied as Necro goes back to base. Chronosphere is back to being available. Yasha first for the Faceless Void. Something a little bit different that we don't see on these Voids, as he will be going in the Mask of Madness next. You take a look over the Phantom Assassin, hitting this wand, also picking up this Ring of Health, which I assume will eventually be made into a Battle Fury. But Techies is here, level 6, not even taking these green mines yet, the remote mines. Actually just looking into the blast off and the regular remote mines, or proximity mines. I should know this from GoldenEye, proximity and remote. So just laying down these mines. They're, again, just draining the mana of Bristle, but he doesn't really care. Oh no, I'm out of mana. Now what? What are you really looking for? It's a 7,000 net worth lead with how poorly Tidehunter is done in lane, with these two supports just being so underfarmed. They'll have mana leak with the instant stun, but the question is, does that really matter? As the quills get sprayed out as the Illuminate hits the back of the Bristle. Blast off level 3 doing 500 damage, 6 seconds silence, and you gotta be careful. Especially if you come this way. And that's what Techies is trying to taunt out. Oof, big hit onto this Lion. Now he won't be able to chase. Yes, he takes the mana away from the Techies, but Techies has Soul Ring, so he won't mind.
Gold for me.
Turned your blade.
The mines will die. The creep wave can't push. Creep wave won't push for a while either. They've got 2 mines here ready to go. Ooh, over top, Necro gets the kill. Chronosphere comes out on both of them. Now it's time for Void to run. This is a Chrono Throne without the Mask of Madness, and it's very defensive. They'll bring the Shadow Fiend over looking for a kill. Phantom Assassin on the run. Tread's picked up by the Bristleback. Just throwing these quills under tower. Again, hit with that mana leak. And really not too concerned otherwise. They are going for the tier 1. That dagger will hit with the crit. They are very much trying to bait this Radiant team in. They either will get the tower or they'll bait a fight out. But I don't really think they find themselves getting the deny, although they back off far enough here for the Dire, and they give up the deny. I don't really understand that. Now the chase is on. Necro comes over, already down to about half health, eating that mine. The stun comes through onto the Bristleback, and now you're trying to find the blast off. It will end doing a lot of damage to this shrouded Necro, but they use the finger to get the kill onto the techies. Draining all that mana once again. Dagon level 1 here for the Necro. Losing techies is relative to this fight, but overall, I don't know how much of a big deal that really is. Sun comes out. Bedlam with the silence being thrown with the blast off. They'll find the Sun onto 2. They're looking to get the kill. The Time Walk, the Hex. Bramble Maze lands on both these heroes. And Curse Crown. Not going to matter. Kraken Shell purges that off, but he will be dead anyway. Yeah. The shrines are sitting above where they're supposed to be. So 15 minutes in, we've got a 10,000 net worth lead for the side of the Dire. Chronosphere coming out with the Mask of Madness on the line. Shadow Realm Strike unneeded as they'll get the kill. As he comes over, and techies will come this way as well. The bottom tower was denied a while ago. Bristleback continuing to farm, looking for the Blade Mail. We take a look over the Shadow Fiend, who's got the Dragon Lance. He'll also make his way over top. So, the push is on. They're looking for another tier 1 tower here for the Dire side. Chronosphere down for 100 seconds. Ravage down for a minute.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
BKB next here for the Shadow Fiend. Yule's Ags for the techies, as he has gone with the Void Stone to get that mana regen. But the farm is easy. Once you get an open lane as techies, it really does get quite easy for you. Reaper Scythe onto the Dark Willow, into the Shadow Realm, and now Necro going in way too far. Should be alright for now. As Void Time walks out with the chase, you don't want to go in on that. And mine will pop on top of techies, or on top of Tide from techies, and there will be a mine in a lane that explodes as well with everybody up here for the side of the Radiant, and they're looking to go in on the Void, or at least try to push him back to take this tower. But you lose your mid tier 2, it's not really worth it at that point, and you're going to lose your bottom tier 2. How worth it is it going for this tower? And even if you get the kill on the Void, there's been enough space made.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
So over top, Bristle is here with that mana leak.
Ha! You make a right pincushion.
They don't even get this tier 1 tower. It ends up standing. They've now lost the tier 2 bottom and mid.
Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Nope. They get the Curse Crown. And now the Chronosphere on it too with the Mask of Madness. This should be a kill onto the Tidehunter. Walking into it will be the Coddle, unable to get the Blinding Light out. The Mana Leak hits onto the Void, but he won't be stunned up. Stifling Dagger thrown at this Bristle, but again, not stopping them.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
When your supports are too good. Dark Willow in trouble once again, and now into the Shadow Realm. Bedlam thrown down, but Reaper Scythe with that Dagon, and Ganyar. Look for the Shadow Fiend. Gus comes out. Shadow Fiend has to be very careful here. He's surrounded and most likely dead. The stun comes through, and there it is. So unable to get out. They lose 2 here, but it's not a big deal in the grand scheme of things. Up 14,000 net worth, pushing in on these tier 3s, and again, just having a techies farm in what could be a long game.
Dire's top tower has been denied.
So the tier 1 is gone over top. Still level 9 though is the Phantom Assassin. Just so far behind. You compare it to the Void, 3 levels behind. Now going after the Tide Hunter. The chase is on. 4 stacks in the viscous nasal goo, but that'll be purged off. Thank you, Kraken Shell. But the chase is still on. Purged once again. The chase continues. Mana leak onto this Bristle, and now Waymail pop, but that doesn't do anything for you. Techie's now using Blast Off to farm a little bit. It's a sad day when your Phantom Assassin is 2 levels behind your Lion and is the lowest level on the team just about.
Don't mind if I do.
But it's a Phantom Assassin, anything can happen. Chronosphere used over mid. Looking for the Necro, Cursed Crown, Bedlam on top. With the Shadow Realm Strike, Ravage just way too late. It hits on 3, but what's it gonna do? The fear comes out from the Dark Willow. The chase is on. Thanks to this Bristleback trying to take out the Coddle so he can't be mana leak. Time dilation on top of that. Purging off this Cursed Crown.
Radiant's top tower has fallen. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Blinding Light sending Bristle right back in with the Mana Leak stunned up. Blade Mail popped. Bedlam coming through. Lion sitting low. No Ravage to work with here, but the Reaper Scythe onto this Bristle will get the kill. Going after this Dark Willow. Chases on, Stifling Dagger into the Shadow Realm. Oof. So much damage onto the Phantom Assassin. The Shadow Realm Strike is enough here. So still a 17,000 net worth lead here for the Dire side, and yeah, all but wrapped up. Just 24 minutes in and a 17,000 net worth lead. It really is quite the struggle here for the Radiant side. We'll see if Phantom Assassin's able to come back, though.
That's for me.
Shadow Fiend, yeah, I guess he hasn't moved in a while and gets removed from the game. Okay. Dark Willow attacking this Necro. Bedlam back when it was OP. Is all hell.
Illusion.
Jesus. Again, into the Shadow Realm. Just continuing to get the farm is this Dark Willow. Has the Veil. As Techie's now going into the Octarine Core. Has Ags. Desolator finally finished off for the PA. Tide going for a Blade Mail of his own. Kaya picked up for the Dark Willow. I mean, things are going oh so right now. Chronosphere laid down onto the Kato. Should be an easy kill, but with the blast off will make it much easier. And again, the pressure coming down over mid.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Bramble Maze thrown out. Will lock in the Lion, but the Glyph comes through to try and save this tier 3. They're without a Shadow Fiend, so this does get a little bit tougher for the Dire as the Blade Mail is there. The Ravage on top of it. Bristle not dead just yet, but they'll also use the Finger to get the kill. They look over the Faceless Void, who's hexed up, stunned up, dead. And they get both the cores here for the Dire side. They'll look for the Fear, but won't hit onto the Phantom Assassin. And now the chase is on. Gotta be careful, though. Remember, you're chasing into a Techie's team. Oh, boy. And yeah, that was a bad move there by the Techies, coming up way short.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And oop. Necro going down to mines. And Phantom Assassin might as well. If they're not too careful here. Uh-oh. Yep. That'll do it. And the mine comes out here.
Dire's middle tower.
It's the TP back in from the Bristle. They'll throw down the Sentry Ward. The chase is now on. But Techies, again, he is doing quite a bit. Mana Leak onto the Bristle with the Blinding Light coming through. Faceless Void throwing the 2-man Chrono. We'll take out the Kato. Looks over at the Lion. The bashes with the Shadow Realm Strike. 2 easy kills here. And to the high ground they go.
Middle tower is under attack.
And they'll take the tier 3. Shrines are open.
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack. Radiant's middle is falling.
Oh. Dagon just destroying this Void. They'll look for the kill onto the Tidehunter. You have to be careful because PA is here to clean up. You're diving in way too deep. You got the tier 3, you got the range racks, but this may not be worth it in the end as you lose 3 heroes. lot of gold going the way of the Radiant. Just allowing the PA to come back time and time again. Might just be better off getting yourself Aegis, but Roche will stay there for now. Not being bothered. Alive and well.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
They'll go for the mid tier 1. No mines here to stop them. As Techies has not gone with enough time to go for this. But, oh, mine. Close. Not going to get it. There's the stun. And able to get out is the Lion. And now that mine is dead. They got to go for this Roche. They'll set up a static mine. So they look to take this Roche and get the first Aegis of the game.
Double damage. Immortality.
So there we go. Getting themselves the Aegis now onto the Void. As they throw the Chrono, this will land onto the Kato and the Lion. Tide actually goes into this for a moment. The Ravage with the stun. The Reaper Scythe onto the Dark Willow. Next up is the Void Time Walk. Trying to get out of here as Lotus Orb is on the Bristle. And Stifling Daggers are bouncing right off. They'll find the first hit bash onto this Coddle, but the crits are there for this PA. Again, diving in way too deep, and they'll lose this Bristleback. The Techie's unable to really help. Losing this Shadow Fiend was so detrimental to their game plan. And with the Dagon 5 ready to go on the Necro, it almost seems like Dire is going to struggle to get to the high ground. So the question becomes, does Techies commit to sitting back and mining the whole area of the map? You're without one of your allies and in a pretty bad spot. Curse Crown, Void. Has Chrono in just a moment. Radiant Courier goes down. The chase is on for the Phantom Assassin, who goes in with the Phantom Strike BKB. We'll see if he's able to beat out this Void. The crits come through. Void has to be careful, but now has the Chronosphere to take care of the PA. And they also get the kill on the Techie, so right now 1 for 1. Bristle in the thick of it all. Has to be careful with no mana, and now the Reaper Scythe gets the Void. He's dead for 100. The Finger is there to kill off the Dark Willow. And they chase this Bristleback. Mine's going down. Starting to realize without the SF, this game has gotten so much harder.
Dire's structures Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Tier 2 will be grabbed for the Radiant side,
Dire's middle
PA,
tower has fallen.
with that BKB now being 9 seconds.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Trying to clean up this creep wave. Never going into the Battle Fury as this Phantom Assassin. Will end up going into an Abyssal Blade right off the bat, I believe. Roche not up for at least another 330.
That's for me.
Just worry about this game going forward 4v5. I don't know if they have the ability to win this game. It almost seems like it does come down, in fact, to the techies making something happen, and that's going to be a problem. But PA dying and dead off the map for 60 seconds.
Dire's bottom tower.
The chase is on. They're looking for the Tide Hunter. The Hex comes through onto the Dark Willow. They've got Bristle here. The Lotus Orb hits onto this Coddle. Now stunned up is the Lion. Got the Glimmer Cape, the TP attempt. Mine coming through to look for the Coddle. Yules. Mine laid down, but he'll run into another one and end up dying anyway. So, Dire are on the good end of a fight for what seems to be a long time since.
Time is money.
And Radiant slowly pulling their way back into it. Techie's leading the net worth. Crimson Guard finished here for the Bristle. Not sure that's exactly what he needs, but we'll see what it does. See if it helps. Dark Willow looking to be setting up for the 200 attack speed with that Hurricane Pike.
Radiant are scanning.
Now the Heaven's Halberd out for the Tide Hunter. Roche possibly spawning in 21.
Let's see what kind of trouble we can get ourselves into.
We'll see what it ends up becoming. And it's a long one. That's not good for the Dire. They want to finish this game as quickly as they can. And with that, it just makes it way harder.
Radiant's bottom shrine is under attack. Radiant's bottom shrine.
So they group
has
up, they
fallen.
smoke on the Radiant side. 13,000 is practically irrelevant here. when you consider the fact that it's a 4v5. It's basically a 7,000 net worth deficit if you disregard the Shadow Fiend, but the stun comes out, trying to kill the Necro. Everybody's here. The BKB will be popped. Reaper Scythe not going to do anything, but now Void needs to leave. That is his 10-second BKB getting used. He's trying to get out of here. Time walk to the high ground, and is in fact able to escape. Oh boy. Not enough damage to kill the Phantom Assassin. Full racks down mid. And again, Techie's just getting the base ready here.
For me.
Heist.
It's almost into the Hurricane Pike will be the Dark Willow. Daedalus next for the Faceless Void. Bristle going into the Heart. I appreciated the early game of this Techie's where he was playing aggressive with the Blast Off and has now gone into your typical Techie's move where you mine the base. But PA's got to be careful. Just getting away with the BKB almost didn't really help. Roche back up in 5. We'll see how quickly Dire rotates towards us. Hex now out for the Necro as well, so 2 hexes here for the Radiant side.
Radiant are scanning.
We're just gonna farm the Ancients for now. Really trying to finish off the Daedalus and make sure that he's got the right click damage to take down some of these heroes.
Time is
That's
money.
for me.
And the Heart finally finished off on the Bristle, but again, the hexes are important here for the Radiant side.
Double damage. Bright and breezy.
So, Phantom Assassin continuing to farm, about to have this Abyssal Blade. 600 gold away. Lion going into the Force Staff. Tidehunter going into the Refresher Orb. Necro, unsure of what he's going to get next. And Keeper of the Light, he's got his Force Staff. We'll see if he goes into Ags. Sounds like mine's exploding. Daedalus is finished. They've also got the Heart. And again, Radiant have to play super conservative just due to the fact that all these mines do in fact exist. Not really like the Radiant can get into this Roche pit unscathed. And now finally over into Roche will be the Void to try and take this Aegis and Cheese. He's all alone at the moment. Everybody else will show in lane.
Regeneration.
So just sitting here now with Aegis and Cheese. We'll see if the Dire make an attempt. Radiant, no, again, they have to be conservative. They cannot go out too far.
Radiant are scanning.
They've got Abyssal. They have Sheep on the Necro. Hex with the Lion. If you're not too careful on the Dire, you could just throw it all away. But, again, throwing it all away won't exactly be awful when you can't really push on the Radiant side.
Radiant's top shrine is under attack. Radiant's top shrine is under attack. Radiant's top shrine has fallen.
So they get the Shrine, and again, pushing over top will be the Dire. I feel like a lot of people sent in Techies games. This is gotta be the 4th or 5th that I've done. Masochists out there. Illuminate to attempt to clear up this creep wave. Bramble May is laid up top. Chasing in for a moment will be this Bristleback. They'll get the tier 3. The racks are available to go after. And now they'll look for the Reaper Scythe. That comes through with the Dagon from the Necro to get the kill. BKB is popped. Abyssal Blade onto the Void. Getting really low. Needs the Time Walk and possibly just leave. But the crit and the damage now without a BKB onto his second life. Bristle up top. Running from the Necro. There's the Chronosphere laid down on a 1. Coddle still just hitting away. Has Blinding Light and will eventually use it. Time Dilation comes out. The Ravage will land onto the Void. They'll get the kill here. Techies.
Are fortified.
All he could really do is just watch. He's not getting involved at all. Lotus Orb comes out, and Bristol's still just trying to survive here. Hit with the Abyssal Blade, the Quill Sprays, making this really hard. If Techies just came in with like a blast off to silence these heroes, that could end up being a problem. The Dagon, the Finger, it all comes in. They'll finally kill the Bristle. Oh. Oh. Yeah, that makes it almost impossible to push here. Woo. They gotta slowly take this. The mines are coming through, but they're starting to push on in. Meanwhile, top racks are gone, mid racks are gone. So the Dire, despite losing heroes, is fine. So we'll see. At least what the Radiant can try and do. Boots of Travel picked up here for the Faceless Void. He's going into the Butterfly next. He'll TP over bottom. Maybe not the best move.
Time is money. Two-faced.
The Oceans push in pretty well, as they do still sit here with a 20,000 net worth lead above the Radiant side.
That's for me.
So again, techies will just try and keep everything around here safe, making the river hard to cross, and really, I'm not surprised. I don't really think the Radiant can do much about it.
Regeneration.
Shadow Fiend coming out of the well, almost as if to be dangled on a fishing line. They just possibly up in a minute 14. So, Void still looking for the butterfly. Phantom Assassin going into the Silver Edge. That's there for this Bristle. Ag's picked up for the line, or trying to be picked up for the line, while Refresher Orb is still being worked on for the Tide. They have the gem on the Necro. Caught on to the Ghost Scepter to try and stay alive a little longer. Hex for the techies, and with Ag's Octarine Core, as well as the Bristle finally picking up an Octarine. And Roche will be up in 2 minutes. So, Dire again, just waiting for their moment to go in, and that's going to come probably after the next Roche. BKB finished off for the Abandon. I don't know if this is Shadow Fiend actually being back. I assume he is. I mean, now they've got a 5th who has come back after who knows how long. I don't even know if that's actually him. Now with a 5th, I think the game gets a little bit easier, at least, for the Dire in terms of trying to push, as they've got one more here to try and help, even though he doesn't have much. So Roche is up. They know it's available. They'll send Void in. It's gone for the Chronosphere AoE, which is a bit interesting. Reaper Scythe coming out. Shadow Fiend. I thought he might be a good addition, but he ends up dying. And there it is. She's Refresher Shard coming out. And they would want that Refresher on the Void. I don't know why I don't just drop your TPs. But sure. $30,000 net worth here for the Faceless Void. 6,600 gold saved up, and the Refresher is now picked up by the Void as he does, in fact, finally drop his TPs. Now it should be their moment to go. I don't really think they need to wait for the Shadow Fiend, as they haven't been working with him the whole time. Just go over bottom and push, and this is the time to go. Shadow Fiend will try and take this Tome of Knowledge to catch up.
Time is money.
Farming for this butterfly, but not sure it'll actually matter too much. But we'll see. Life's still here for the Bristle. They are starting to pressure over towards bottom. Here they go. Got 2 Chronos to work with the extra AoE. Waiting on the courier to come over with that butterfly, but again, I don't know if it's really exactly needed. Maybe put the Eagle Song in for the boosted travel, but that's just my opinion if you want to get anything out of it. Lotus Orb will be popped here onto the Bristle. They'll get the Hex onto the Tide. And let's see what they're able to do with this as the Curse Crown comes through. Stifling Dagger hits. And now they've got the Stasis Mine as well as the Chrono on a 4, but the Blinding Light from the Coddle. We'll see how much it really does. They'll take out the Necro. There's the Ravage coming out onto everybody. The DKB is there for the Void. Killing off 2. Time Dilation comes out. Buyback will be used by both of them. Reaper Scythe comes out, and that's on the Void who has the Aegis, so it's really ineffective in that way. Time Walk in, and now the Bashes, as well as the Abyssal Blade. The Finger onto the Void, he's dead. Gone for 100, does have buyback. They look to take this Rax as, again, they fight after the Bristle. Necro ends up dying, PA dies, both heroes dead without buyback. This should just be the end of the game with the buyback of the Void. As they'll chase onto the Coddle, they'll get the kill. And it's Mega Creeps for the Dire. Bedouin, as well as the Requiem coming out, but Stasis Mine as well as the Terrorize coming through, and they'll finally find the stun onto this Bristle, but it's just not doing anything, and they'll get themselves the Ancient. They'll win the game finally. Dire gets it just about an hour into the game.